Just taste the goodness of the biscuit. And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut. It's Chris Burns. It's Chris Lynch. This is Dysfunction Junction.
All right, so some of our best work is done on the fly, and we're
the goodness
of the biscuit. And this all starts because I heard fucking Enya in the grocery, and it's been stuck in my head for hours. So I tortured these guys a little bit before the show, and somehow we came back to the best Thanksgiving video ever. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. The church lady and her dumbass husband, whatever the fuck their name were. But for you, we're going back to the hat. Questions from the hat. 5 questions you probably would never think to ask anybody in the history of ever, but we're going to do it tonight. And I say to you, to people, welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Chris Burns. In the square below me, he is the co-host. He changed his name again. He's Prickmeister General. And for a fee...
As opposed to Prickmeister specific.
Casual.
Yeah. I have no specialty, prick.
And for a fee, he's happy. For a fee, he's happy to be your backdoor man, ladies and gentlemen.
Chris Lynch.
What song is that from?
Butt stuff and stuff.
No! For a fee, I'm happy to be your backdoor man.
I don't know.
Just ring 3624350. I lead a life of crime.
Oh, dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
Correct. Very nice. And of course,
there's a fucking quiz.
It's questions from the hat. Of course, there's a quiz. That's why they're called questions. In the upper corner, the producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair, and for the first time since I've known him, he and I can wear the same fucking shirt size, and I couldn't be prouder. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just Herm, Michael P.S. Herman.
No, it's Smirm, small Herm.
I prefer light Herm. He's got 96 calories. He's got less filling. His barbecue tastes great.
I don't know if he tastes the same or not, but we're not going to go into that.
Herm Zero.
Zero.
Maybe the best Herm ever. I need to try it first.
Your clothes, give them to me.
No.
I need your clothes and your motorcycle.
No.
I can fit on both.
Oh, right. Do you have that little scanner eye thing? We can walk into a room and pick out the dude that wears the same size clothes?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's called vision.
At this point, most of the people in the room, I could probably take their clothes and wear them.
Now, I like my shirts a little bit bigger. I am technically an XL, so because I wear a 2X and I like a roomy shirt, I guess that officially makes me the fattest guy on the panel now.
You are. Congratulations.
Thank you.
My BMI right now is 16%.
I wear a 32 waist now.
Jesus. My waist size hasn't changed in years. It's just that fat flap above it that keeps growing.
That's what I don't understand about the way men gain weight. Is that, and most men, I must have been the oddity. I went from a size almost 40 down to a fucking 32. Usually your waist stays the same. It's just that how does it? Is there like a special flap in the front, like a Ziploc bag that the fat just spills into?
Fucked if I know.
And
Ask a doctor.
And it goes out and down. I mean, because
man, you got a Google machine. This is.
I don't know. I mean, I was a 46, and now I'm a 36. So
I'm a 36. Look at me. I'm a 36.
I'm just saying my
didn't
waist
hit me
went down 10 inches, so it's not like the fat didn't go somewhere. The fat went away, and there was a waist there.
Right. It hit me today when I saw that picture of you in your dad's jacket. Just how fucking thin you are.
Yeah.
Because when you were dressing in your regular clothes. Oh no, that's not. It doesn't do it justice because you're not far back enough away. But that I took that picture and went back to a picture I had of you, like from when you started this. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
it's two different, and you're
yeah,
starting
it's
to look like you look more like your dad now.
Yes.
very much so. Very much
Like,
so.
because your dad keeps popping up on my Facebook suggested friends list. It's like every day I see Leonard. I wave and I just wave by. But it was like, holy shit, they could be twins, Joe.
Well, now
Right.
I'm wearing clothes, so
Yeah,
God, there's a joke there, and I'm not even going to use it.
for real.
for real.
Matt asked me today. He's like, "Please tell me that like you've got leftover clothes and like you that are just in the closet and like you don't have like two bodies in rocking chairs, Norman Bates style in one of the extra rooms." You know, I said actually, and that was, and I was like, actually, I do.
Yeah, I saw that come through the thread today.
I
That was
was
pretty
like,
goddamn funny.
actually, I do. I like to dress them up for special occasions. They really shine at Halloween. Um,
You guys are fucking retarded.
but yeah, so no, like I gotta go see
Not
if I can get
retarded,
his hat. If his
mentally challenged.
gotta find a furrier.
What? Why? Yours isn't furry enough?
No, and I need to have his Stetson stretched. It my head is small enough that I can probably have a furrier steam stretch it and shape it, and I can wear that fucking $1,000 Stetson hat in the fucking closet.
Not that big ass Richard Petty hat he had from back in the day.
Yeah, like yeah, bro. Like that thing was like $1,000 back when he got it. Like
Right, and
in
it
the late
probably
80s.
still looks as good.
It's like so many X's beaver. Like it's one of the best fucking belts you can fucking buy. Like it's
Is
like
it a,
8 or 9X beaver. It's disgusting. But yeah, like it's literally pristine. It's never been out of the box. He never wore it. He just had it. It's kind of, you know what I mean.
Is it like dark brown? The dark brown beaver?
Hold on.
Here we go.
Oh, he's going.
Yeah, he's gonna go get it.
Herm's got a big brown beaver. Herm's got a big brown beaver.
Big beaver. Shows it off to all his friends. Come on down South Park and have yourself time.
A beaver.
Right. He keeps losing weight. He's gonna be Kenny before you know it.
I'm gonna fucking shit if he wheels his father back in the room and just sticks him in front of him.
Right, Dad, turn this way. Check out the hat. Welcome to Weekend at Leonard's.
Yo, Lenny, where's the scotch? I don't know. Ask my degenerate son.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, here he comes.
God, my fish tanks are loud.
Yeah, they are. And you still haven't replaced the dickfish.
No, I can't. Oh, that's a nice beaver. Yeah. My dad had the same hat, a little bit darker. Yeah.
Yeah, Jen just looked it up. For me to go buy a brand new, it's like $900.
Yeah, those aren't cheap.
It's a nice hat.
But you get a good one, they last for fucking ever.
Yeah, and like I had to size down today. I actually had to go. I reordered my helmet because I went to the store and tried on a Scorpion XO medium today, and my helmet size, even my helmet size went down.
That's crazy.
So all those years, people calling you a fucking fathead, it was true.
The circumference of my head and the way that the body fat was deposited around it and everything, I lost about 1.25 inches off the circumference of my head right here where they measure.
Wow.
So I went from the top end of the large scale to the bottom end of the medium scale.
Wow. My head got lighter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like somebody said that at work the other day. She was walking. She followed me. The baker, Emily, followed me. She's like, even the back of your head got skinny. She's like, You don't even have a wrinkle in the at the base of your skull anymore. Like there's no wrinkle.
Oh, that's the sweetest thing a woman's ever said to me.
You didn't even have a wrinkle in the back of your head. You didn't even your head got thin.
You know, the guy that used to be skinny.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That.
Just, I mean, have you reached the goal? Are you going to lose more? Are we just going to watch you just be like the movie Thinner?
I'm just going to Homer Simpson and just fade away into the bushes.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm close. I want to see what another. There's a vest I want to put on that I don't want to adjust the conchos and the lacing on. That's probably 40 years old. There's a leather vest I want to put on, and I'll probably.
Oh, you're gonna work at Biker Walmart.
Yeah. Well, that and there's one suit jacket. It was probably the last one that Dad bought when he got his thinnest, when he lost weight. There's one jacket that I'm like 2 inches shy of buttoning on. So that and the vest are probably about somewhere between a large and an extra large on size. So, because the suit I put on today I put on a 42.
Wow.
38?
I put on a 42 and I was
38?
Yeah, for real. Like, no, 42 long.
40?
Yeah, like I put on a 42 suit and it's a little loose.
40 fucking short.
Yeah, 40 short. There it
That's
is.
how they measure pants.
38? I can't hear 42 without saying 38.
Yeah, but like it's really weird. Like I can go into any store, anywhere, under any conditions now in an emergency, and probably find clothes.
That's cool.
Like if everything I owned burns down, like it did before.
Now, because
I could literally go to I could buy clothes at the fucking supermarket if they had them, and know I could. It's fucked.
Nice.
It's really, really
and because
weird.
we've watched your journey, obviously week to week, close quarters here. But if somebody didn't know any better, and you put a side to side up, like this is where I started, and this is where I am now. I swear to God, people would. Yeah. How's your cancer going?
Right? What are you talking about?
Are you in remission?
You obviously have some sort of debilitating condition. What?
Right?
No.
What's it like? What's it like to have the HIV?
120 pounds in 6.5, 7 months.
They usually call it the San Francisco diet.
Right? And I did it using no cocaine.
None.
None.
You remember that chewable chocolate diet thing they had in the 80s called AIDS? AYDS.
Yes, AYDS.
What a fucking poor.
I got AIDS.
Perfect example of poor timing.
Yeah. So did a bunch of other people. Different spelling, but same
right?
Things.
Somewhere in England, Freddie Mercury was sitting back going, all I had to do was eat chocolate?
Like, I could have got paid for this shit?
Right.
Oh, that almost came out my nose.
The show must go on. Give me my chocolate, mate. All right.
Is he talking about black eye or chocolate?
Wow. I'm going to let that one go.
Yes.
I did.
I'm going to let that one go. We're doing questions from the hat. Herm is going to determine which number question on our list we're going to ask first around the table, 1 through 5. So if Herm says we start with number 5, we all do our number 5s. We all answer. You in the comment section, you are free to chime in with your answer. Do not get ahead of us. That's very much against the rules. You're not allowed to go ahead of us. All right? So, those are the rules. Lynch looks confused. Do I need to... Oh, that's a good reason to be confused. So Herm's going to spin the wheel and make the deal, and we're going to start with what question, Herm, and who's going to start?
Let's start with number 5.
Number 5. Who's going to start?
Lynch.
All right.
I'll start. And my my question is personalized for each of you. Burns,
Yeah.
if Dale Earnhardt had not died in 2001, how much longer do you think he would have raced?
He had a
beyond
2-year.
that date?
He had a 2-year plan going out.
I mean, that race was there was only a few laps left in there.
One lap. He
one
was on
lap.
the last lap.
It was almost.
No, but
that
I mean,
race
how
was
many-
almost over.
How many years do you think he would have gone on and continued? And how would his style of driving change the landscape of NASCAR? And the only reason I ask this question is because I've been obviously sending little reels and clips to you. I've
Yep.
been re-educating myself on the current day NASCAR, and it's so far different than what I remember. I'm looking
Yeah.
at clips from between 97 to about 2006 when I was really paying attention to it.
I don't necessarily think it would change. He had a 2-year plan. The retirement plan was 2003. Unfortunately, the wall said different in 2001. They were already grooming Harvick to take over the 3, and he got in that car 2 years earlier. So how would the style? Nothing. Everything would have gone the way it's gone now. And the reason for that is all those old school guys, Earnhardt, had he survived, retires in 2003, Rusty Wallace in 2005, Mark Martin retired 6 times like Cher. Once those old schoolers are gone and the young crop comes up, at the time, the young crop was Brad Keselowski, Matt Kenseth, Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick. Everything still moves in the same direction, I think. It wouldn't have changed. The only thing you might have seen changed was some of the results of the races. If Earnhardt's still there, he'd wreck his mother to win a race. So you'd have to worry about that.
I
And
personally,
you wouldn't have had St. Dale syndrome.
Thank you.
You
Thank
would've
you.
just had, he was a good racer. He was great. He did his stuff. Now he's old. He doesn't race no more.
Still would have been Hall of Fame. Still would have been looked
right.
at as the
And-
top
and-
5 drivers of all time.
Right, and everybody would have honestly been honest with themselves about that. He was he was a dick. And there was qualities about him that some racers got rubbed the wrong way by, same as there is today. But you bring that up, and it's St. Dale, and Dale Earnhardt, best damn race car driver ever run ever in the history of forever. But yeah, what you wouldn't have had was the St. Dale syndrome. He would have just been, a guy who raced and did his awesome thing. And
Yeah, the people who canonize Dale and want to, lift him up as the second coming of Christ himself, they obviously either forgot how dirty he was on the track, but if he was dirty to you on the track, on Monday, he's on the phone with you. You guys are drinking beer together. You're talking about what happened. Win on Sunday, repent on Monday. It's that simple. As opposed to my philosophy, sin on Friday, repent on Sunday.
yeah. I'm kind of getting the bug back to just like at least study what's going on in NASCAR now. I mean, I saw that somebody won a truck race but got 0 points and he came in first place. I don't understand how that works.
Because he's not a full-timer. I know who you're talking
That
about.
was Kurt Busch, right?
Kyle Busch, yeah.
Kyle Busch. Sorry, Kyle Busch.
And
that was Kyle Busch. The whole point system kind of fucks me up.
he came in basically as an exhibition driver, and because he's not a full-time driver, he's on this tour, he's not eligible, so that nobody can come in on a one-off and steal points from guys that are doing this week in and week out. Basically, that's what happened. You can win and you get credit for winning, but you're not a driver on the list who's trying to win
on the list for points total.
Right. You're not a championship driver. You're just coming in.
But if I were if I were a newer driver and I was like in second place and I lost to him, I'd be pissed.
I wouldn't, and I've explained it.
I know I've heard you explain this on the other show before, and I get it. I understand. I'm just saying.
Well, there's folks that on this show wouldn't
from a non-NASCAR lover, current day lover, I look at it with a totally different lens. That's all I'm saying.
I have the 2 things I have to say about that, and thank you for the question. One, if you have ever won the NASCAR Cup Series championship, you have no business in any of the lower levels ever in the history of ever, but they allow it in a limited sense. But if I'm a young guy and Kyle Busch is in that race, a 2-time Cup Series champion, and I beat him, dude, that's a feather in my cap. If I lose to him, it's expected. If I beat him, okay, we're going to keep our eyes on you now. But again, when you go out there,
I can see that side of it. I
Yeah.
can definitely see that from that perspective. That makes a little bit of sense.
I still don't like it, though.
No, yeah, you don't have to like it. It's just it's one of those things you're gonna just have to accept it going into following the sport.
Pretty much.
Like there's things about baseball I don't like coming up, and whatever it is, what it is. But yeah, I felt that was an interesting question. I mean, to ask both of you because you both do the racing podcast, and I've been listening more and more over the course of the last few months, and I'll definitely be listening further because you're gonna have guests on and shit. And I like when you have guests on, and I'd like to get some guests on this show soon.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
We got to rack our brain. We got to rack our brain, see who would be worth either bringing back or introducing to the world.
There you go.
But anyway,
I
that
like
was my
it.
number 5.
Dude, Harm, are you in agreement with me or about the
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt question?
Pretty much. I pretty much
Okay.
think he would have just ended his career, come in when it was time. It just wouldn't have been a rush situation, and that's. And I mean, Harvick would have had a much easier step in. There wouldn't have been this. He's trying to replace bullshit and trying to step. You know what I mean? So it would have. But yeah, I think everything would pretty much be the same.
I think because
I don't think you have a Biff timeline with if that
no.
happened.
No, it would be slightly askew, but it wouldn't be too much. It wouldn't be too different than the actual timeline that we see now. And, you wouldn't have some of these homers. I don't want to call them homers, but you know the guys. NASCAR died when Dale died. I ain't watched since. You lying son of a bitch, because you talk about it incessantly online. So you're watching. You lying bitch.
You know what's going on, so you must be doing something.
Right. All right, good question. Who's next, Herm? You for number 5. I am. All right, and I'm telling you one time, Michael P. Herman, if you take forever answering this question, I will quit in a rage. And I want to start with you so we can get the long-winded shit out of the way.
I'll get some rage quit music going.
There you go.
I'll put it on pause. Yeah, there you go. Fucking hostile.
Describe to me your perfect steak dinner.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Ooh.
See, he's doing it. You see what he's doing.
He's saying it in his head first so he can edit out all the bad parts.
Do sides matter, or is it?
It's your perfect dinner. You can have all the sides you want. You have $26,000 in sides that cure cancer, Jordy.
Nice.
I go have cornbread. I gonna have
$26,000 at the steakhouse. Well, we had a lot of sides. $26,000.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna need a really, really nice, loin end cut, actually center cut, right where the diamond fat starts to happen. A nice fat aged ribeye would be nice. Grilled to perfection. Balsamic onion compote. Gorgonzola cheese.
Oh, you're talking my language, man.
Toasted pistachio crusted.
What's your starch?
Pomme dauphine, the potatoes I did for Christmas, the ones that are layered and soaked overnight. And
you put your palm on your what?
Yeah.
Yeah, on his tater.
Like a Grotten's, but way better.
You did it in Groton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know.
Somebody's capital of the world.
And then asparagus.
Nice.
Nice and easy. Little salt.
Yeah.
Some pepper.
I like it. Lynch, describe your perfect steak dinner.
His accoutrement to the steak is exactly. I'm going to pick that exact, maybe, or just any roasted, tangy nut. But it's going to be
tangy nuts.
Heard He likes
Either-
those
either-
creamy nuts.
Either a T-bone or a nice fillet with mashed baked sweet potatoes.
You like a fillet?
Yeah, I love fillet. I love fillet.
Shio.
Like, yeah, that too. I'll eat any cut of steak as long as the marbling is right on it, and there's enough fat in it to keep it from being too
Well,
tough.
that's kind of my issue with fillet is that even the most prime
Now
succulent
let me
fillet is not.
let me
enough
finish
fat.
how I cook my. Let me finish how I cook my fillet. My fillet barely kisses the flames. It's black and blue. That's how I grew up eating it. My grandfather cooked it that way. He would do the same thing. He would sear the outside, sear the edges, and then he would just a little bit more on either side, and it's done. As soon as it looks kind of all brown with a little char on the top from the grill lines, that's when he said it was done. And then he did the same thing. He would either put blue cheese or feta crumbled on the top, some sort of nut that he had already roasted. He wouldn't cook it with it. It was weird about it. He never did that. But he would roll it in it on the edges because there's enough whatever there for the nuts to stick. And he did sweet potatoes, always did asparagus, or sometimes spinach on the side, like steamed spinach. Not so it was soggy, but there's still a little bit of bite to it. Or he'd do a salad.
Nice.
Or T-bone, just give it to me fucking animal style, man. As long as it's medium rare. I don't like steak cooked. I don't like it brown when I cut into it. I want to see a little bit of. I want to see that. It's not even blood. It's the myoglobin that's still in there. I want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I fucking hate it when I say it's still bloody. It's not blood. The blood is gone. That's myoglobin.
But you can't tell retards
Not
that.
blood. But yeah, that's how I like my steak dinner.
Nice.
Not super fancy. And a nice loaf of French bread, toasted on the side.
Okay. I'm a simple man. I like that center cut ribeye, medium, maybe a little bit less than between medium and I know Herm's giving us shit about there's no such thing as medium rare and there's no such thing. I could give a fuck. Medium is the longest.
Fucking Americans.
Right?
Well,
medium's the highest. I'm gonna cook it.
Yeah, but here's the fucked up thing. It's when you say medium rare, somewhere between medium and rare. It's not a temperature.
I get that. Yeah, I know.
If you take it off the flame and it's rare and it gets to be medium by the time it hits me, I'm okay with it.
Fair. A twice baked potato with cheese and bacon.
Oh, I forgot about twice baked potatoes.
I'm gonna go with. I don't care what. And going back to the steak, you could have a port wine glaze. You can have a rub. I don't care what you put. You could just have salt and pepper for all I care. A well cooked steak is the prize. At the end, I don't necessarily need the extra, but the extra sometimes adds to your enjoyment. I'm having 2 vegetables with mine. I'm gonna have a nice grilled asparagus and broccoli and garlic sauce.
We were at a place down in Key West last year, and her father-in-law took us out to a somewhat decent restaurant for dinner, and I had a steak. One of the best ribeyes I've ever had in my life. It was really, really good. And the chef came out and said, "How's everything going?" Because I guess he knew my father-in-law.
And you blew him.
Fucking food is excellent. I was like, "The steak, what's the secret?" He goes, "Fucking salt and pepper. That's all you ever need." And I was like, wow. And he's like, it's all locally sourced. Of course, there's no cows in Key West, but we get them from mainland and in Miami, or we go a little bit further into Georgia, but it's local to the area, and it's all fresh.
Yeah.
He's like, there's no freezer units in my restaurant. It's all.
I went to Morton's on the Back Bay a number of years ago, and the steak was delicious, and it was the same thing. It's like, what do you use? It was salt, pepper, and a tad bit of celery, like celery salt.
Celery salt, yeah, just to make you a little more of that tang.
Yeah, and I was like, it was honestly probably the best steak I ever had in my life. Even though Morton's is kind of not chainy, but it's chain-y. There's a number of Morton's steakhouses, but it's not like you're going to fucking Longhorn.
Since we're talking about food, and maybe it's probably going to be the only time we talk about food tonight.
No, it won't. Not on my questions.
Do you consider if you prepare a meal and you present it if the first thing a person does before they taste their food is put salt and pepper on it, does that, Mike? Does that offend you as a cook, or how does that make you feel? Shouldn't you taste it first before you alter what you don't know where it, or you don't have a baseline. You don't know what the flavor is. So why the fuck are you salt and pepper in it beforehand?
Yeah, my table doesn't have those.
Okay, well there you go. But if you cook for, let's just say, does it bother you when you're sitting? Or let's say you're sitting with a group of 10 people.
Doesn't have them. That's why when I'm running a restaurant, they're not on the table. They don't exist. They don't go on the table. I make you ask the waitress, and the waitress will ask you questions in order to legitimize whether you get the salt. If you ask for pepper, absolutely, anytime, no problem. But salt, she's gonna ask you if you've tasted it yet. It was a requirement. Did you taste it yet? No, I haven't.
Good, because that's my answer.
I'm gonna ask you to taste it before I go get the salt.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I want to know what the flavor profile is before I add anything to it. And I'm also of the opinion that I'm going to try the vegetable first. I never eat the meat first. I always eat the vegetable or the starch first. Taste it. You can pretty much just, I don't know what it is, but then you cut the meat, taste the meat. It's either amazing or it needs a little something. If I cook at home, yeah, I might use a little A1 because it just reminds me of being a child. When I'm out in public, I will never use A1 on a steak ever in the history of ever. I won't use any sauce. If I'm going to a steak establishment, you better know how to cook that motherfucker.
You know why it tastes the way it tastes, Chris?
It's awesome. What?
Because they used to use that to hide the taste of the rotting meat.
I believe it.
A1 and ketchup, man, they were both invented for the same fucking reason.
You got any of that? You got any of that worst sister sauce? Yep.
Yeah.
You get the worst sister sauce, and nothing brings out the flavor of a steak like some ketchup.
Oh, I think these burgers do just good on their own.
All right. What number? Who starts? Oh wait, we haven't gotten Herm's 5.
Given the decimation of the government, when are you hoping to see your tax refund?
I don't care.
Seeing as in the last 4 to 5 years we've owed every year, I don't see that being. I don't want to see that changing. I mean, we both had our withholdings, an additional held out this year. Maybe I'm just looking to break even. But if the case would be that I would get a rebate, whenever. See, I don't live my life. I don't. When I was younger, I'll admit it. When I was younger, oh man, I can buy this because I'll have my tax return by then. Live on money you don't have yet.
I'm not counting on the money. I just like the situation handled and expedited quickly.
Well, I don't think they've touched the IRS yet, so you know.
They have.
No, they've
have.
They've let. Yes.
Thousands go.
They have.
Thousands.
Yes.
But that's taken for a minute. They let thousands of people go. Not tens. Not hundreds. Thousands of people go from the IRS.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
I haven't looked.
Well, one department they probably should have keep a close eye on, but they
at least till after tax season, I would say.
Yeah, you think get past the 20th of April.
One of the reasons you need all the agents isn't just to process the taxes. It's those agents' job when they're combing through that shit to pick up problems.
Mm-hmm.
So you have less processing power, and you also have less eyes on product. So yeah,
correct.
Okay,
but yeah, it's a quality thing, quality control.
I'm not worried about it, but I know that I'm curious to see where this goes, this tax season, and who starts to complain when it goes bad.
Everybody.
We will find out.
That knows no lines or bounds.
Oh yeah,
8 to 80 blind,
8 to 80 blind, crippler, crazy, Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter. If shit starts to go sideways and H&R Block can't give you a rapid refund, or Jackson Hewitt can't do it for $50, somebody's gonna bitch and whine. I don't necessarily care. To me, it's just a necessary evil. Pay the taxes. If I get a refund, great. If I don't, oh well. Life goes on. Make more money.
All right. Are we on to number 4?
Whatever number he picks.
Let's do number 3.
Who's going to start?
3.
You start.
Okay. I think I know I had one. Here we go. Did you have a favorite pillow, blanket, or stuffed toy as a child? And we'll go to Herm first.
Yeah, I did.
Tell.
What was
Tell.
I had a pillow.
Did it have a name?
Yeah, it was the Whoopee.
Whoopee.
Kind of. That's what I called it when I was later. But really, it didn't really have a name. It was what we referred to it as. It was just the pillow. It was just a pillow, and it was the pillow that was like in the bottom of the drawer that I slept in when I first came home, and was in. It's just a pillow. It's long since disintegrated. Chris Cogg started calling it the Whoopee, but yeah.
You know where that came from, though, right?
Yeah, I know. It's for Mr. Mom. I know exactly what it is.
Well, yes,
yeah,
and there was a second. It wasn't called the Whoopee in the movie, but if you've never seen the film Bless the Beast and the Children, where they're at a summer camp, that kid had this rotted out, nasty pillow, but he just carried it. There was no name, but the Whoopee, you're right, came from Mr. Mom.
But yeah, but that's it. It was a pillow. Yeah.
All right, Lynch.
Till it fucking
Yes.
disintegrated and I threw it away.
I got a bad feeling. You know what? Maybe I should go next, but I'm going to let Lynch go next because he is a dark human being. He might be like, yeah, I had a porcelain doll that looked like, the nun, and I just carried that sumbitch around everywhere. Go ahead, Lynch, please.
Oh, but it's creepy. As a toddler, I had a blanket. I had a bright orange blanket that I used to drag around with me everywhere. I went everywhere with it. Then about 4 or 5 years old, my grandmother gave me this clown doll. About,
it is.
yay big, that I brought everywhere with me. And I didn't name it. It was just my clown. It had no name. It was just my clown. Where's my clown?
My posse.
That was till about 7. And then it was just, I read a lot. So books.
Okay. All right. I had a yellow blanket. I don't know where I got it from. I had that blanket for, oh my God, from childhood through all of my apartments until about 1998. I was living in a nice apartment duplex in Groton. My girlfriend was there, and I went to work, and she decided to do some cleaning. Now, this blanket was over 20 years old at the time, and it was threadbare in certain spots, but it was still the yellow blanket, the warmest blanket in the history of blankets. And I had it for all those years. It was comfort.
Great blanket.
It was the best blanket. It was the yellowest blanket.
Blanket.
And she threw it away.
Oh.
And I got home. It was a particularly cold day. We were going to sit down and watch a movie. And for me, it was you grab the yellow blanket, you put it over your lap, you wrap your feet, you watch the movie. Come under the yellow blanket. It's nice and warm. You'll take off your clothes. We'll have a good time. So I went to the room. It's like, where's my blanket? Where it could have been. Where's my blanket? Oh, that threadbare thing. I threw it away. Oh, bitch. You better get your ass to Walmart, Caldor. I don't care. She did replace it, but it was never the same. A nice yellow velour, queen size blanket. It never felt the same. It didn't warm the same. It was, like, sorry your grandmother died. Here's a replacement grandma. No, bitch, there's no replacement grandma. And there's no replacement.
I kept that orange blanket for a lot of years after I grew out. It just lived in my closet somewhere.
Yeah.
And it traveled with me after I moved out of my house. And I first moved in with Megan. And it ripped in half, the long way.
Okay, if it rips in half,
so
then yes, you...
I threw one half of it away and kept the other half because the other half, the half the rip was all fucked up. I kept the other half. And then anytime we would move and it just started to deteriorate, it got to be so small, I used to put it in a gallon Ziploc bag.
Wow.
Yeah. Really? Do we need to keep this? So threw it away.
I still talk to this young lady to this day. She's happily married, got a wonderful, smart son. I think he just turned 6. And every now and again, I'll just reach out to her like, thanks for throwing away my blanket. Are you still holding on to that for 20 plus years? Yep. I'm not letting this
Hold
go.
on to that for till the day I die. I told my wife if she ever throws out my Misfits T-shirt that I bought in 1987 at TJ Maxx. It's the one with the skull holding the eyeball.
Just the skull, yeah.
It is so threadbare. It's black and you can see through both layers.
Nice.
And it lives in a storage box. I said, you ever throw that away? That's grounds for divorce.
I had a shirt like that.
That was my first heavy metal T-shirt I bought on my own.
I had a shirt like that, and my ex-wife, well, she used to wear it all the time. And then when we separated, it was one of the shirts I didn't grab because I wasn't thinking of it. It kind of migrated to being her shirt. 3/4 sleeve, black 3/4 sleeve, gray in the middle. Kiss, Lick It Up, World Tour, 1983.
Wow. Yeah.
It cost $12 at the show. And if I bought a shirt just like that at the next concert I go to, I would have to sell my car, maybe donate blood for a check. I might have to give away some semen too.
I paid $8.99 at TJ Maxx for that T-shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Who's got the next question now that we've all dumped our childhood trauma onto the people?
Lynch.
Yeah. All right. Is it for both of you? I'll say, Herm, you go first.
All right.
If there's one person alive or dead, who could you bring back? Who would you want to sit down for 1 hour with and just ask questions? Alive or dead? There's one person you had an hour devoted of time. Who would it be, and what would you ask that person?
Immediately, I have two answers, but they're for different reasons.
I think I know what Herm's thinking right now. Man, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to hit it. I didn't mean to hit the nerve.
Right now, where I'm at, I would have to bring them both back for an hour.
Fair answer, man. Fair answer. Because my answer would be my dad.
Yeah, I think that's going to be collectively. I would bring back my dad, and as you gentlemen know, and the listeners have heard me intimated a few times, Dad and I didn't talk, except for maybe half a dozen words on my 50th birthday. We didn't speak for 5 years, maybe a little more. And if I'm bringing you back, this is my hour. You will sit and you will talk, and hopefully by the end of that 60 minutes, we can put this bullshit to bed. We had a question like this before, and I don't want to ape Herm's answer, but if I had a second one, I wouldn't want Jesus. Herm wanted Jesus. Are you who you say you are? Can you do this? Can you do that? I don't want Jesus. I want Judas. I want Judas Iscariot in front of me. And okay, dude, why? Just why? That's your friend. That's your buddy. I wouldn't sell my buddies out the way you did. Why?
I have a second one too, and it's a
Go
very
ahead.
off the wall. It's a very off the wall answer.
He's gonna choose John Benet Ramsey.
No, I want to be the person who invented the first. I want to talk to the guy who invented the first tool.
Well,
Interesting.
I mean, technically, some nigga just picked up a rock.
But how cool would it be to go back to the moment in time in
That
history?
nigga couldn't even speak yet when he picked up a rock.
But how cool would it be to go back in time and witness that discovery? Let's just say, and watch and be able to watch it
You'd be the
through its
motherfucker
evolution.
getting hit with the rock once he figured it the fuck out.
Maybe, but this is just it's just a me answer. I would be able to watch from that moment in time through the evolution of tools to where we got into the modern age or the Bronze Age with how we evolved, man. Because I've been reading a lot about the from the Bronze Age and into the 1500s, where shit just got real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just interesting that the same pace that they maintained through from like 1500 up until say 1900, we have already surpassed that pace by quite a bit in our age now.
Just think about the last 120 years and how we went from those big giant wheel Model T cars to what we have today. We're talking across a computer screen, an invisible signal sending to each other. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But to know who the first one was,
Yeah.
like an actual tool, a rock was kind of there. I got Herm's point on that. But who invented the first wrench? It was Stanley somebody. Had to be, because they all say Stanley on the side.
It was Mr. Black & Decker.
Black and Decker got together. Question 3. Is anybody not done question 3 yet?
Me. It was
okay.
My question 3 is, what is your favorite type of sausage?
Ooh.
Who does it matter who starts?
Nope.
Man, I'm a sucker for a good andouille sausage, Polish sausage. Yeah, dude, I'm Italian. Every kind of sausage is good to me.
I was gonna say there isn't. All the sausages are.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but if I, gun to my head, what's your favorite sausage? I'm gonna give you 2. Just don't turn my brain into sausage.
I like a good combo sausage, like a pork and veal. Those are usually pretty good. Those are usually pretty good. But I love spicy sausage. Like andouille is like one of my favorites. Soupy, sopressata.
There's this little company here called Sarah's. It's a company out of Colorado, and that's all they have is probably 15, 16 different, and it's one case at the store, but they're fucking amazing, and they're only like and they're only like 163 calories. They're really,
nice.
really, really lean.
But
I love that kind of
Jones.
Place. Yeah, I love that kind of place. Make me some good sausage sandwich.
All right. What number and who starts?
Question number 1, and I'll start.
Yeah!
So, Lynch, what is something you hate about spring?
Something I hate about spring. Mm-hmm. I love the weather change to about in the mid 40s and 50s.
Not unlike today.
The thing I hate the most about spring is that the first time I have to cut the lawn, because it's not just cutting the lawn. I gotta walk my property. I gotta pick up sticks. I gotta move leaves. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And I got a big property.
Yes, you do.
I hate mowing the lawn for the first fucking time.
That divot in the back can suck it.
It's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, it is. When I drove my truck through there that one time.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yep. I thought I was going to die. This is the place I'm going to die. Lynch's backyard.
I'm going to die right here in the woods in Oakdale.
Hey, the foxes will come eat me. Fuck it.
Oh, dude, we got coy wolves in our backyard right now.
Wow.
And they're coming out as soon as the sun goes down. They go back to the coop. They sniff around. Dude, you cannot tell me that they're not coy wolves. They are fucking huge. I'll have to send you the video of one.
Somebody else from your area just told me a similar story. It's like, dude, out of nowhere.
It's mating season. It's mating season, so everybody's hungry and everybody's,
horny.
If they haven't already whelped their puppies, they're going to be whelping soon, and they need to get food stores.
Gotcha.
And find sources of food. That's what they're doing. Is they're finding where it's an easy meal. We got a fucking KFC right here at Lynch's house.
Okay, what do I hate about spring? There's really nothing not to like except one thing, and I hate it in the spring and I hate it in the autumn. I don't like that time change bullshit. Throws my entire way of being off, and it has since I was a kid. I don't like the daylight savings bullshit. I don't like the clock change, and it's stupid. It's dumb. We didn't have any of that for thousands of years, billions of years of our existence, and then some jackass invented it, and now we got to play with it because it's the thing.
I'll agree with that. I don't
And there's
like
no
the time.
football. I mean, not even the UFL grabs me, but there's no football in the spring.
Yeah, I do miss football. I'm missing football already.
I missed football the Monday after the Super Bowl.
I really hope they just get away with, like, get rid of the time change, because they've been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
It serves no real purpose for us now because it was really invented for farmers.
Mm-hmm.
So they had extra daylight in any season to do whatever they were farming. in
Or
the
so
season.
they say, because you have the same amount of daylight. It's just the clock is different.
Well, you also got to remember, Chris, in certain seasons, things are more, they're apt to pick during the day, and other things that you have to harvest at night.
Sure.
It's just the way of because if you're a vegetable farmer from March till September, you're a something else farmer. You're a pumpkin farmer from August till December. I mean, because if you're smart, you're multi-purpose.
If you want to get past that, just grow weed. It's that simple.
There you go.
Just grow weed.
I got enough land.
Right? I'm with you. I'll go out there and trim. I could give a fuck. It was my idea, though. I get 35% of the net.
All right. That works.
All right.
That works.
It's your property, so you should get the lion's share, but I want 35% of the net.
35% is not bad.
Okay.
I'm
Herm, what do you
cheap.
hate about spring? Go ahead. Well, I'm sorry. You were going to say what before we start our weed farm?
No, go ahead. No.
Herm, this is obviously a pointed question. What does Herm hate about spring?
For me, it is the miller moths that come through. We are right in the migratory path of it's a cutworm, and basically it's a caterpillar, and it feeds out there to the east of us and south of us, and then they fly through right in the middle of spring, and it's about 2 weeks, and they are everywhere. They're in your house. They cling to the house at night. You wake up in the morning and open the door, and they just scatter everywhere.
Are those big paper plate size looking motherfuckers?
No, they're this big, but we're in the middle of a migratory path, and
It sucks.
so they're trying to go from southeast of us up to the mountains, where it's going to be cooler in the summer than it is down here on the desert and the plains.
Yeah, I love it when the Luna moths come into my house and my fucking dogs go berserk trying to chase it through the house and trying to eat it.
Jesus.
Fucking Willow pointing at it and just like going fucking crazy. She wants to hunt that motherfucker.
And then in September we get the tarantula migration. We're in a tarantula migratory path.
I wouldn't mind that. I like tarantulas.
Y'all some sick motherfuckers.
Tarantula.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right.
Cool till your driveway starts to fucking move.
Yeah, it starts to move.
And
Wait. Did I take acid or
It's not the mirage where you think you're seeing water flow. You're just watching the spiders in a row walking with each other.
Yeah, and they're just clinging to the side of the house, like on the stucco, because it's warm.
All right.
Hey man, 911. My driveway's breathing. Is that a problem?
Who's next for number one?
Lynch.
Oh, good. I get to be the main event. This is going to be fun.
I think we may have asked this question before. What's one of your guilty pleasures?
Beefaroni.
Anything.
Beefaroni.
Crunchy Cheetos.
I love those.
Ooh. Oh, I love those.
You ever? And the reason I say that is I can walk in, let's say, to the Stop and Shop where I was today.
Cheese doodles are better, but
dude, go fuck yourself with cheese doodles. Crunchy Cheetos.
I do like the doodles. I do like
the doodles are good, but nothing beats crunchy Cheetos. I figured you would. And you know you're hungry for something. You know you want something snack foody. And you can look through the bakery. You can look through the candy aisle. You can look through all sorts of shit. Go to produce. Nothing's grabbing me. But crunchy Cheetos never let you down.
Yep.
And that's where I'll leave that.
I've been liking like white cheddar Cheez-Its lately.
Those are
those are good.
I love those.
Those are good.
That's a staple.
Yeah,
that's good shit.
Yeah, there was a period of time where there was always a box in my cupboard.
And when he would go on vacation, there would not be a box when he got back because Emma would eat them.
I like the hot and spicy ones.
Yes.
Those are good too.
They used to do a good garlic one. I don't know if they still do them anymore.
I haven't seen that one.
It's been a while.
I've been having a hard time finding Diet Mountain Dew. It's starting to concern me.
Uh-oh.
I think they're going to yank it off.
It's fucking Doge. They're taking away the Diet Mountain Dew.
No, that would be RFK all the way.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
They're yanking
that shit. That ain't Elon. That shit's that fucking worm head.
You're not going to be able to get the brominated oil in your Mountain Dew anymore.
Yeah, they're yanking Diet Mountain Dew for a period of time to take out what they're currently using as a sweetener and use the alternative.
Okay.
Because the alternative is actually better for you because it comes from something in nature. But yeah, I'll live. What is it? Mountain Lightning at Walmart.
Walmart.
Fucking fine.
Good stuff. All right. I've been waiting to ask this question. It was number one, but we waited to do number one till now. We will start with Lynch on this one. If you woke up tomorrow and you realized you were gay, who'd be the first person you'd tell?
One of you motherfuckers. I mean, come on. If I woke up and I felt, man, I feel funny.
That's because he'd be like, they're just going to talk me out of it and I'll be fine.
Yeah, we're the conversion therapist. You got no...
You're not.
Dude.
Stop. Cut it the fuck. No, you're not.
Dude. I think I'm gay.
Dude, I think you're fucking stoned and you ate too many edibles. I think you need to take a fucking nap. And when you wake up, it'll be tomorrow, and you can go to work. And like this never fucking happened, you dumb.
There'd be two alternate chats going on. There'd be one with me and Herm, and one with me and Marsh. Going, it was the butt stuff. It started with the butt stuff.
This nigga's high, right? Am I hitting this right? Be like, high, right?
I don't know. I think it's real.
Right?
I'm starting to feel a certain way about Michael Strahan and his gap.
Oh my God, you look mighty cute in them jeans.
But you're still into the gap, so it's all right.
Oh my God. All right, Herm, you woke up tomorrow morning. You realize you're gay. Who's the first person you tell?
My wife.
I figured that would be your answer.
We'll straighten this shit right the fuck out. Babe, I think you are. Oh, you think you are, huh?
Yeah.
Because
that's now the new person. I think I'm gay. Oh, really? You know what?
What
I'm not.
great.
You know what? You convinced me. That
yeah.
Was
you know what?
Amazing. You should be a fucking therapist.
You drive a hard bargain, kid.
Next week, babe. I think I'm gay again.
Seriously, there's something about it. I think I'm gay.
I'm thinking.
You might, and you could come up. You could come up with 100 different scenarios without saying that sentence. You're like, babe, while you were gone, I watched The Notebook by myself and I cried a little.
You know,
oh, really? I was always
You know,
curious
there's
when
some
people.
really good stuff in that Brokeback Mountain movie, babe.
Oh, you think so?
The story is deep.
And the way they held each other so close.
So close and so
Um,
intimately.
I don't have a wife, thank God. It would either be the group chat or my kid. And I think all of you, whether it's Marsh, Lynch, Herm, or Emma Burns, no relation, you're all gonna talk me out of it one way or another. Not that
No.
again, listen, I'm not picking on gay people. You want to be gay, be gay. You want to be straight, be straight. As long as you're not diddling kids or murdering people with an axe and eating their eyeballs, I don't give a fuck. But I was always curious, like I've talked to my gay friends and I say, when you first realized, who did you tell first? And I got the most craziest answers. So I wanted to hear your crazy answers, and it turns out we're all going to do the same thing anyway.
I mean, but really, I mean, joking aside and all that shit, of course I tell my wife first.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because
at least verbally, you'd be on the group chat with us first. You know this.
My wife worked with a gentleman who was married for 30 years. They got divorced, and he started a relationship with a nice young gentleman. I mean, shit happens in life.
Was he nice though? Was he?
He was a very nice man.
Okay, I'm just fucking around. I'm trying to put a little levity into the thing.
Well, that just goes to my view. You love who you love.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's you put whatever tag on it you want.
Yep.
You love a person. If it happens to be a guy on guy thing, that's great. I love it. I love that for you.
Yeah.
That's what matters to me.
If you're happy, I'm happy for you.
Exactly, because I don't think it's wrong.
No.
Me personally, my personal view is it's not wrong.
I work with one of the nicest, sweetest young ladies that I've ever met in a working environment, and she's gay, and her girl comes in all the time, and we make jokes, and everybody's smiling and laughing, and I could give a fuck. When you go home and you close that door, I respect you as a human being. Once that door closes, it's none of my fucking concern.
Yep.
I don't care if you're out in the public holding hands. It's none of my fucking concern. Be who you want to be. Just don't lie about who you are. And that's another story for none of my questions are going into the Hanny Tranny world, so I guess we're good on that.
Good.
All right. Next number, who starts?
Say that now. You can say tranny now. It's all right.
Can you? That's right, you can.
You can say it now.
Tranny.
You can say it on even Facebook. Their standards since the election and everything. And
well, Zuckerberg is lightened up because a lot of those fact checkers were morons.
But yeah, I mean, they've changed all of their shit. It's the way a lot of it and how they're grading that. But yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of another question. If we can fit it in.
Training now, I think you can actually type it on Facebook.
If I try it and I catch a 30-day, I'm coming for you, nigga.
Don't quote me as gospel. I watched this thing about it the other day, and it was about how a video article about how they've changed their that stuff, and you can.
Herm trying to get me in trouble.
No, I'm not. Please don't do that. It was Herm's fault. He said, "Do it." No. I said, "I think."
Dear fellas, caught a 30-day. Thanks, Herm.
And let me finish it the Italian way. But what do I know? I'm a fucking idiot.
Right.
So there you go. But what do I know?
All right. Did everybody ask question one? Yes, because I was the main event. Next number, who starts? 2 to go with 26 minutes.
Question 2 to go. 2 to go. All right. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3. Question 4.
Question 4.
I'm gonna go. With spring fire season approaching this whole area of the country from the top to the bottom in this region, should we be concerned with the lack of boots on the ground that are going to be there to see the fires? Because we're not going to lose the firefighters. What we're losing is the people that are hanging out on the ground. So we're losing people on the ground. A lot of that. So the people that like live in a fire watch tower for all that time. Um, I guess my question is, given the layoffs that have happened and the lack of, do you think the current administration is going to correctly assist when things get out of control due to budget cuts?
I'll take this one because I got to run upstairs and pee and then come back. And you guys can wax philosophically. Um, if they care, and obviously they know that the fire season is in full swing, yeah, they better have boots on the ground and eyes in the watchtowers. You don't want a situation like LA where the municipalities didn't do their due diligence.
Right,
But now you're talking about a wider swath of the country now that is now in peak fire season.
Right,
Yeah,
right. An
you
area that is known to be shitty that way, not an area that went up because of the way. Right, this is an areas that's all going to go up this way because a town has changed the way that the fire danger happened. This is just our natural bullshit. It's because of the way the wind and the warm, dry air blows down the mountains and dries everything out.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's us, it's Montana, it's fucking New Mexico, it's this whole strip. And a department that was understaffed to begin with just lost a lot of the probationaries that they pulled in that have from the previous administration that were supposed to help.
Yeah, my take on that, and then I'm going to run upstairs, is you have a president currently that says he cares for the American people. He wants to keep everybody safe. He wants to keep everybody, whatever. And if this happens on your watch and you fired the people that could ostensibly have helped this, then you're a bigger fucking idiot than people have said. You know me, I don't like him. I respect the office. I've watched him do good things. I've watched him do bad things, but it's going to be very telling what happens in the fire season in the western part of the United States.
We are worried here that it's going to be very bad. We were worried about a very rough fire season to begin with, and then this has happened, developed, and become really, really a kind of a big deal here.
Right.
Not politically for us. It's literally more just.
It's a safety issue.
Right, we're losing boots on the ground, and with the potential of people, not as many. For us in the city where it's down here, especially where it's dry. We're not talking about springs and shit, but where we're down here in the middle of nowhere in the desert, like what normally wouldn't be a problem could.
Yeah, it's potential.
You saw pictures last year, like literally from my house, I can see the fucking mountains burning. It won't.
Right. All right. I'll let you guys finish the answers, and whenever it's my turn, this might be my favorite question ever. I'll be right back.
No, I hope it doesn't affect that, like, especially the fire watch. I mean, look, I'm all about trimming the fat, but you need to make sure you're not cutting with the wrong knife. You want to look where you're cutting, and if you're so concerned about the safety of America, make these decisions very wisely. If you cut the wrong thing out of a budget, and it like this goes down on his watch, you're fucked. You just completely broken your promise.
When it goes bad, it's all going to be Elon's fault.
Right, because he has a built-in scapegoat.
Elon is the
which I think was a very good strategy on his part. It doesn't make him the bad guy. Oh, I let Elon do it. He's the scapegoat. He's the fall guy. He's already the fall guy. Anybody who's against any cuts that they've done is Vice President Elon. What people don't realize is that the President of the United States can appoint anybody who fucking well pleases to positions. And that position was an actual position prior to his administration. It was just called something different.
Yes,
and it was a department created in the Obama campaign presidency in 2008.
More vetting all the way around, and this isn't just because of Elon. This is the whole system. I've always said that the ability to just pick without any vetting, not even a question, not even so much as a hey, we call the guy that runs the social media platform before Congress more than we've called the guy that is supposed to be the head of the department to completely reshape it.
Right.
I'm in
Right.
agreement with that.
Right. I mean, I
All right.
understand cuts and restructure, but you got to make sure you're doing those cuts and restructuring in the right spot with a very small knife and precision. You can't be sloppy
Yeah,
because then it puts the whole country at
I don't
risk.
think the blanket cuts and then trying to fix the fuck ups when we fuck up is the best course of action.
Now,
I'm not.
here's
I mean, we'll
just
do
in
it
line with that.
and when we fuck up, we'll fix it. Well, I would
Yeah,
like
we'll fix it in post.
to think it
Um,
through.
Yeah.
Let's maybe avoid the fuck up and know specifically and surgically what we need to do.
Right. We haven't had to say we'll chop it up and post in a while. Good job, Lynch.
Listen, and the media will have you believe that that's already happened with the incidents with the planes over the last 3 weeks. It's just poor. That was just poor timing on the part of how everything fell.
Yeah, but that's how every administration shit is blamed. I mean,
Yeah, I mean that had nothing to do with
previous
Donald J. Trump.
administration and the last bird flu. The everybody decided to get rid of a shitload of chickens because the bird flu's a real fucking problem, and they got rid of all those chickens because they would have made more problem. The other day I watched a thing. They're blaming the chickens that were killed 2 years ago as the problem for our egg problem. Even his whatever the blonde chick name, the previous administration killed 162 million chickens, and that's why that I'm like, guys, stop with the blaming previous, blaming this. We're just wiping out because somebody else who wore a different color do-rag on their bandana out of their back pocket was fucking made a rule.
I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more.
Just because a blue pen wrote it instead of a red pen doesn't mean stop.
Yeah, I mean,
come to the middle. We have cookies and beer.
And beer.
It's protocol. It's protocol. Do people actually know where their food comes when it comes to eggs? These chickens have zero space. They are crammed on top of each other, and all they do for their very short lives is shit out eggs until they die. And they're cramped. If one bird gets it,
why we had the egg shortage 2 years ago.
Right. And if one bird gets it, it spreads amongst thousands of birds very, very quickly. And guess what?
Yep.
They die a horrible death.
That's the thing. Like we have cage-free, free-range chickens here. And any egg sold in any form has to be a cage-free egg.
Okay.
Here in Colorado, that was one of and that coincided with that law change here, and that's what's going on. That's what happened in where you're seeing the egg shortage now, and then right around the same time of year, and the same thing as we saw that year when eggs were $11 a dozen, we saw a rule change, and we also saw that rule change coincide with the avian flu.
Yep.
But nobody wants to look into that.
No, and that's the problem. But you can't blame. Look, it's the avian flu. There's an egg shortage. There's not much we can do about it until the cycle. We get rid of the chickens and tame it, and we're working on trying to figure the avian flu out. All right, but until then, this is just how it works. Otherwise, everybody can raise their own chickens.
Right. Who's next?
Let's see. It would be I went right.
You went number 4.
Question 4. I went. So somebody has question 4?
I do.
Go ahead, Burns.
All right, we're gonna play Herm's favorite daytime fun show, Marry, Fuck, Kill. And here are your contestants: Marry, Fuck, Kill. Natalia Grace, Casey Anthony, Candace Owens. And I'll start with Lynch.
Candace Owens, Natalia Grace,
And
who's the
Casey
third?
Anthony.
Casey Anthony. I'd fuck Casey Anthony, marry Candace,
Wow.
and kill the
You'd
little
kill-
kid. And
Oh,
I
you
Yeah,
kill-
because she's small. Her body's easy to fucking. You do a small
Yeah.
hole, it's done. Like I don't
Their
even have
strategy.
To like, walk
strategy.
through a hole.
there's strategy in my game. I would marry
Fucking
Candace Owens. I would marry Candace Owens.
I could be
Just
a
because I-
stay-at-home fucking husband.
No, just because I think it would be a very interesting relationship. Because she
dinner
says some things
dinner
I totally
conversation
do not
would be
agree-
some shit.
She says things I totally do not agree with, and I'm sure I would say things that she totally would not agree with.
Dinner would
But it
just
would just make for
control it.
interesting conversation. That plus she's pretty.
Yeah.
I think she's pretty.
that's there it is. She's yeah, there it is. That's pretty much my answer. I mean, small body, easy to hide, done.
Yep, and she would make pretty babies.
Oh my God. You guys are mirroring each other's answers.
Yep.
She's got good genetics. I feel my children would be safer with her than with Casey.
Yep.
Well, okay, stop. Time out offsides clipping because I'm marrying Casey Anthony because my kid is old enough to fight back. So I don't have to worry
See,
about
but
that shit
small-
anymore.
There you go.
Okay.
All
I'll buy it.
I was
All right.
this one was my biggest toss up, man.
All right.
I would love to throw around Candace Owens for a little bit, but I chose to fuck Natalia Grace because, like Herm said, she's fun sized and you can spin her around and do all sorts of weird shit. And I'm killing Candace Owens because it would take one off the wall dinner conversation and I'd stab her in the fucking temple. I used to love Candace Owens, and now I listen to her like her interviews are great, but when she has her main show during the week, I can't listen to that anymore. She believes every conspiracy theory on earth,
Yeah,
and she'll rock it. And I'm like, dude, no, you're out. You've lost the plot. But yeah, that's that. Fuck, marry, kill. We could do another whole episode on that. That's always a fun game.
Yeah.
All right. Who's last on question 4? Lynch. We'll rapid fire our last one with 12 minutes to go.
All right.
Would you rather shit 50s or vomit hundreds?
Oh, that's easy. I'd puke hundreds.
Yeah.
And more return on investment. But wait a minute. I do have diverticulitis, so I do shit quite often. Maybe I'll shit the 50s. The bigger
There you
ROI
go.
in my life.
Yeah. I'm going with a shit in the 50s. I
Yeah,
just don't like the vomit.
the last
I
time
don't
I
mind
puked
pooping.
was when
I
I
hate
had
vomiting.
yeah, the last time I vomited was when I had the stomach bug.
Eat a big breakfast,
Herpesiphilitis?
take some Ipecac, hit the fucking strip.
Herpesiphagonorrhea?
Yes. With toast.
God bless you.
And thank you to you. All right. We've got a couple minutes to go. Rapid fire. The last question, my last question. It's funny that it came up last because it's for me, it's the simplest question. What is
Go
your
ahead.
favorite fruit? What is your favorite fruit and what is your favorite vegetable?
My favorite fruit is a tomato.
Okay.
My favorite vegetable? I love cucumbers.
Okay. Well, I love me some cucumbers too. That's good shit.
Yep, I like cucumbers. And its various iterations. Fresh, pickled. You have it. Nom, 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 nom. I love pickles.
Okay.
Hey, Burns.
I'm going to let Herm go first.
My favorite fruit is a fruit disguised as a berry. And that would be strawberries.
Okay.
And my favorite vegetable is the onion.
Okay. I wrote down 2 separate categories for this. There's a real one and a funny one. You tell me which one you want first.
Funny.
Okay, my favorite fruit is Rob Halford, and my favorite vegetable is Stephen Hawking.
All right.
And in real life, we're gonna kill Lynch. This is it. In real life, favorite fruit is the mango, and my favorite vegetable is broccoli.
Mango. That's a good one.
Love me some. I'm a whore for mango. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, it was
I
so
would-
awesome in Barbados when they would just you wake up in the morning, go out in the driveway, and there's fucking fresh mangoes right in front of you. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm going to Barbados.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so good. The best
Nice.
mangoes I've ever had in my life.
All right, who's got the next question?
I do. Why did Ukraine start the war with Russia?
They didn't. Next question. That was a quick one.
Because he lost his goddamn mind.
Curious. I'm just curious.
A failed comedian started this war. No, he didn't. Shut up.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He's a dictator without an election. No, he's a president. Literally,
In the throes of war. You cannot have an election in the throes of
You
war.
cannot have an election in the throes of war. They asked him to be the leader. They're in the middle of a war.
I don't want to belabor the point. Do you remember when we had our election show in November, and I said
Right.
Donald Trump has the ability to run this country so well. He did a really good job the first time. All he has to do is shut his
All he's gotta do
fucking
is
mouth.
Shut the fuck up. And what has he not done since the fucking inauguration? He has not.
He hasn't shut the fuck up.
The fuck up.
Can't help
I think we're
himself,
all in
man.
agreement
He loves
here.
to hear himself talk.
He's a dictator without an election. No dipshit. He's a president in the middle with his people in the middle of a fucking war. There's no way to make that happen right
Now, okay, stop. Now there are gonna be people on both sides like, well, we were involved in world wars and we still had our election. Yes, because it wasn't being fought on our
It
fucking
wasn't
land,
fought
you
here,
idiots.
Stupid fuck.
It's the pigeon in the chessboard when
It
I talk to
really
these
is.
people.
It's
Well-
just-
well,
he knocks up right. He knocks the king, knocks the whole thing over and done and struts around. I won.
Shits on the board and flies away claiming victory.
But you didn't even.
Well, and you're
play.
also talking about a country that's barely third world. It's just a step above third world country. I mean, they're not in the same class. They're not in the same class as the United States or the Soviet Union.
They are an emerging country.
Yeah, the Russia is a much more advanced country than the Ukraine, as far as their resources, military power, money. I mean, he's really just trying to slowly reassemble the USSR, is what his vision is. And you knew this was going to happen sooner or later. And he saw a perfect opportunity as soon as Joe Biden got in office, because he knew he wouldn't do anything about it. He invaded Ukraine because he knew he could.
Yep.
And if he doesn't stop,
got
he's going to continue through every other Stan or Slav that used to be part of the fucking USSR, and he wants to reassemble it. That's his ultimate vision.
Oh yeah. Who's got the last question? We got a couple minutes.
Favorite pizza style? What's your favorite pizza style?
New York. Nothing beats a good New York pizza. And you could put New Haven in there because New Haven to me is the pinnacle. But it's got to be crisp. It's got to be that foldable. The grease runs down your arm, but it tastes like heaven. I don't care what you put on it. If you're going to get a New Haven pizza or a New York pizza or even go to Sal's in Boston, straight cheese. You're going to be happy.
Yeah, I'm right there with you with New York. Brick oven. I'm starting to kind of take a shine to, depending on which place you go to.
Nino's is
and
fantastic.
then I just do so. I'll indulge myself. And Megan even will say, she's like, "How about Domino's, man?
Ew.
How about thin crust with sausage and a deep dish with crispy pepperoni?"
How about you and your wife stop eating at fucking Domino's?
You know what? It's good to indulge once in a while. It's not great for the shitty pizza that's out there. It's probably the best of the shitty pizza. And Domino's has actually stepped up their game. They've changed some things about their sauce. Their sauce is better. Their cheese is better. It actually has flavor.
Cheap pizza, nothing beats a deep dish.
Oh,
all right.
That's my favorite Little Caesars.
Oh my God.
Shit pizza is because it's Detroit style. But
I do enjoy the fact that you qualified that with for shitty pizza.
yeah, you know
Thank
what
you.
I mean. For shitty pizza, it's I like their Detroit style. They use Munster. I like that.
Mm,
But yeah,
okay.
my favorite pizza would have to be a Neapolitan style.
There you go.
Nice. All right, for those of you that hung on or watch us after the fact, thank you. If you have any questions for us, maybe for the next questions from the hat, we'll introduce viewer questions. Tonight, 8 p.m., we have TJ Peters from Joe Gibbs Racing, part of the family. The Donut Man returns. Now, the over-under on when Herm yells at TJ, how long? I'm thinking 10 minutes. Say his name and he appears. He just texted me.
See,
So what's the over-under on yellatj.com?
I don't know. I figure he can't get more than about 5 minutes in without making a Trump comment. So I got,
TJ?
yeah, he's done it
TJ's
before. He's
okay.
that's-
Yeah,
he
fair.
showed up in the comment section and blown political comments. I got him
All right,
dropping a
that's fair.
political comment in the first 10 minutes.
All right.
There you go. I'll say 10 minutes.
All right. I'm not going to say a word other than his love of donuts when we get into the show.
Love of donuts. Ay.
So next week, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. No, we'll figure something out.
We always
something
do.
funny
We're going to have
talk
some
about,
fun. Maybe get a guest.
Maybe.
Maybe get a guess.
I have a guest in mind, but it would require you two to do homework that I don't think you want to do. But we'll talk about it later.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to do maybe a little cross promotion Jones.
Ooh,
But
that'd be
guys,
fun.
thank you for joining us. If you have questions for us for the next questions from the hat in 3 months, junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com. Put them on the page. Put them in the comment section. Put them in your ass. Don't care. We just want to hear from you. Blink twice if you're in
Like and
danger.
subscribe.
Yes, like and
Like
subscribe.
and subscribe.
For every 10 new subscribers, Herm will drop 20 more pounds.
Sure.
Oh shit.
Fuck it.
Yeah, if we get 200
Where-
subscribers, he'll weigh 7 pounds.
I weigh 6.5
Where's Herm? Oh, he's at his fighting weight, down to 7 pounds 10 ounces.
7 pounds.
It's back to his birth weight. Thank you for indulging our laughter. We will see you next week. Peace, bitches.
It's like Benjamin Button.
Judgment falls upon you at first light. I'm the hand of God. I'm the dark Messiah. I'm the vengeful blood. In the blackest moment of a dying world, what have you
All right, Jen, if you showed up at 6 o'clock when we go hot, you wouldn't miss us, assholes. In the comment section, this is what we get. Jen, we love you. And you took away what I was going to say, so I just addressed you. God
Perfect
love
timing.
you. Peace out. Right? Oh, my
Good
God.
night,
What's wrong?
everyone.
What is wrong with
Good
you
night.
people?
Woof 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 woof. I hear.